Angel Reese is not some sort of crazy physical specimen like Shaq when he was playing against his competition. So she's just able to dominate, get offensive rebounds, taller, bigger, stronger, faster than everyone. She's damn near around the same size as a lot of people she goes against. Because you got to understand this. Her level of physicality is a mentality. And a mentality that's so effective that it's able to get her opponents off their own game. So understand this here with Angel Reese, right? It's about 2.5 minutes into the game, guarding Alyssa. All right, boom, fade over the top. She turned back around, was like, how the fuck that shit going? All right, you know how it be. You know how it be when someone make a crazy shot. But notice what she's gonna do next, right? Ball gets inbounded. She runs down, and instead of saying, all right, I'm just gonna go about do everything regular, she decides to actually get here, seal, post up, show a hand, continue to get spacing, continue to get deeper down, and get that two right back, right? Just to make sure that she knows I'm here too. You're not gonna go and get a bucket, talk whatever you might have said, and think you're gonna face no resistance. I'm coming right back at you, right? And she's not gonna just do it for that one possession. She's gonna continuously do it and play with that level of physicality and tenacity. Again, another possession here. Now just simply understanding the defensive positioning, how she's guarding straight up on Angel Reese. It shows that she's not really trying to force her a certain way, nor does she really know a weakness. Because if she did know a weakness, she probably would lead her to that left side and not get out the play like she will here and fall for that jab to the right and then jump early and she gets to the free throw line instead of forcing her to use her left opposed to her right. And so now, boom, you add in that bucket prior to, you add in this one right here. And you know Angel Reese is probably talking as well as this all goes along. You know she's probably talking. And so now what's going to end up occurring is that she's like, okay, anytime I get my touch, I got to make sure I get my get back, just like how she got her get back on me. And so what's going to happen in this situation is something you should never do when playing in the post or face up and not getting hit in the face and poking somebody in the mouth or whatever it might be, right? Because pay attention. Because notice, Angel Reese got a hand up. She might have caught her in the face a little bit. Ref ain't calling nothing. And you know, as a hooper, when some shit like that happens, you get a little mad, right? So you want to try to maybe bully your way to the rim. You forget to actually think and be strategic and just flow into moves. And now you try to do something so forceful. And now what ends up occurring, like I said, you should never do this, which is drop your shoulder and put your back to the middle of the floor. And now in doing so, hyper-focusing so much on Angel Reese and what she's done and trying to get you get back, boom, the defender comes from behind, give us that steal, right? And it's not just going to be for this few sequence of plays throughout the first quarter. It's going to be throughout the rest of this game. Because anytime you're going to see Alyssa get a bucket, just know damn well Angel Reese is coming back. One of the ways Angel Reese gets so many offensive rebounds is by doing this. Watch her on this dunker, right, around this block. When Carter decides to get into her pull-up, into her gather, Angel Reese now gets low and pushes her defender up the line. So now she could be able to manipulate and be able to move them out the way because she's already got positioning prior to the shot even going up. Because the timing of it is key. The timing of the whole thing is key. Because she is just simply able to recognize she's shooting before the person that's guarding her recognize she's shooting. And now she gets the position that she needs. And then boom, of course, once again, offensive rebound, one dribble, you're guarding me with your back, and I go up once again and I get fouled. This is where you got to apply your understanding for offense to defense. Because just like you've seen her when she was on offense, get behind the person that's guarding her to get good positioning. Watch what's going to happen here when she's on this side. Alyssa gets behind her. And on top of that, she gets screened. And so now she just simply stops short right in front of the rim and now is able to get great positioning and go straight up and get a layup because she got herself above her defender. When they get out on this break, Angel Reese realized, oh, my defender's behind, which means that when I run the rim and when I get the catch, someone's going to have to step up and guard me. But the second that she caught the ball, she was already thinking someone's going to step up and guard her, but no one really did. All Leah Boston did is stay in the middle, and now she picks that pass off. That's a premeditated play. Because she thought, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, so when I get here, I'm going to go do this. But instead of actually catching and reading the defense and seeing what was available. And so now she ends up getting a turnover. Anytime you want to throw a lob pass like this, You may think this is wide open, but it's not the person that's guarding the person on the seal that you got to read. It's the weak side that you got to read. Because with the pass going to be in the air for so long and this high when you throw a lob pass, this gives the person on the weak side time to step over even if they're not already there. So that allows Caitlin Clark to come over and just get a steal because the ball has just been in the air for so long. And so you got to just realize that, oh, if I'm throwing this lob pass, I know she has her positioning already, or he has his positioning already. I just got to see who may be stepping over. And if they step over early, I got to make sure I just skip that immediately. And if I do throw this pass and they are open for that brief time, it's got to be quick. The ball can't be in the air for that long. I'm trying to tell you, Angel Reese is not going to get scored on in any situation and just accept it, right? Especially when she gets scored on like this, where they get good positioning down low, too small. She might have did it when her back was turned, but it does not matter. It doesn't change the fact that her physicality is the mentality, right? It has nothing to do with her brute dominance physically in comparison to her competition. It's all up here. And that's what she brings to the other side of the floor. To where now, catch, we got 14 left. We still running some action. You're not even guarding me for real. Straight line drive to my right hand, bump, and one. Any confidence you had in this matchup is all gone. Because anything you do down there, I match it down here. And I'm continuously be relentless, continue to pursue the ball, offensive rebounds, defensively, everything. It's just the mindset, it's the mentality that she has that's able to allow her to dominate over her competition despite just being a rookie. Another way Angel Reese gets offensive rebounds. Notice how she pursues physicality, how she pursues the contact, right? And so when this shot goes up, she sees the ball go in the air and doesn't just watch like most players do. She decides not to just pursue the ball, but seek contact on a person who did not turn and box out. Because the reason a lot of us are told turn, hit, and then face the rim is because you're able to bring force to that player. But if you're always moving backwards and want to hit somebody that way, the person for the offensive rebound is going down, is able to hit you with more force than the person who's trying to box out. And so now she just gets better positioning, snatches that over her head, and now boom, another, and one. A lot of great players will sell plays the same exact way. You're going to see Angel Reese right here, right? So they got this action going on this other side. She's just standing right there in one spot. What she ends up doing, at the last second, boom, turn, and I try to get into this post up. She low-key caught onto it, right? She low-key caught onto it. But despite the fact, she's able to reestablish her positioning and just stay relentless when it comes to getting the ball in this situation. And now, just like you seen when she was guarding her on the perimeter, right? She had no angle she wanted to lead her, no direction she wanted to lead her. She was just practically playing her straight up. Like, oh, you just play one-on-one. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're good at. I don't know what you're weak at. So I don't know what you send you to. And so what ends up happening in that situation, gets scored on. Because now not trying to lead her anyway is going to lead her to wherever she wants to go. And so now in this situation, she's going to be able to get where she wants. Boom, finds space, left hand right there off the glass, another two. You've seen a couple sequences already where the mental game is being played between Angel and Alyssa, right? And so what ends up occurring now, 53 seconds about left in this game, you're down 2 for the Fever. And now, of course, you're going to want to get the ball into her hands right here, Caitlin Clark. But what ends up occurring is that off this first drive, 22 seconds into the clock, 20 seconds on her catch, she decides to pump fake and decided now to try to get it on her own and get it herself, right? And that happens. Airballed on a layup. And the ball didn't even touch the hands of your best player when you needed to get a bucket the most. Got her out of game, got her out of funk. Got her out of her game completely, man. I'm trying to tell you. And so now, even down later in the game, right? Caitlin Clark finally gets a touch on the rock. She finally gets a touch. And now notice the gravity that she gets, but notice how Angel Reese is going to be able to react to that as well, right? How she's going to stay ahead of that. Alyssa clears out from this side. But understanding that there's 2 on the ball here, her only option is Aaliyah Boston. She steps up high and Cardosa X rotates to that weak side. And so now she just simply plays straight up defense. Late game, 30 seconds left, not trying to reach, not really trying to block. Loki gave her an angle right there, but she's off balance and she ends up smoking that lay, and we're able to ultimately, after a quite hectic finish of a game, win the game.